We women are a force, and we can do a lot when we band together.
Woman power.
Woman power. Seriously, though, like finding people who can be your ally and who can help lift you up and who can say, yes, Jenisha, she is awesome. And let's like give her inspiration and let's give her that platform to prove herself. Finding those women to help uplift other women is the best support network you're going to ever find.
Go.
Can I take a deep breath first? Jesus. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Let's Talk About It podcast.
That's still crunchy.
If you're joining us here for the first time, we are inside the taco shop at the LeBron James Family Foundation House 330 in beautiful Akron, Ohio. Around the table, we have Jenisha.
Hello.
Aizen.
AKA Poison IZ.
And myself, Alexis. So before we get started, we've got to talk about what our favorite food is. I'll go first. Mine is garlic parmesan chicken.
Mine's are soup dumplings. Yum.
Hot Pockets.
Let's get into it. Our guest joining us is from Minnesota, where she oversees brand experiences for Betty Crocker. And drumroll, please. Old El Paso. Please welcome to the table, Jonker. Hi. Hi, welcome. Thank you.
How you been?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Amazing. How are you?
Good.
Good.
We're excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me. This is such a privilege.
We all said what our favorite foods are. So what's your favorite food?
Well, it's got to be tacos, right?
Ooh.
There's no better choice out there.
I feel you.
Right? So my favorite kind of depends on the day. And that's the best part about tacos, right? Is that you can change them up and you can adjust them for what you're feeling. So if it's just your normal Taco Tuesday, I do the ground beef, cheese, cilantro, and lots of pico.
Sounds good.
But if I'm feeling fancy on like a Saturday night, then I go shrimp tacos all the way because I got more time to make it, add a little bit of different flavors.
As you know, we're inside the Old El Paso taco shop here at House 330. We love having conversations over a shared meal. So let's see what the house chefs have in store for us today.
Great. Can't wait.
Ooh.
Look at this.
Scrum yum.
Oh my gosh, look, shrimp tacos.
Ooh.
It's not even Saturday. What
Thank
a treat.
you.
Amazing.
So what do you have for us today, Chef Baller?
We have a beef burrito with cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and mild salsa. For Jenny, we have a grilled shrimp taco with the Old El Paso creamy salsa verde, pico de gallo with avocado, and some limes on the side.
This looks fantastic.
Sounds
Thank
so
you.
Good. Thank you so much.
Let's dig in. So we have heard that you're the taco queen. Tell us more about you.
So I'm born and raised from Minnesota. I have 3 kids. You heard about my 6-year-old already, who loves to make friendship bracelets. I also have a 3-year-old boy and an 18-month-old girl. And then my husband and I went to high school together, so we've known each other for a very long time. And we've been married for almost 10 years. So we have a very loud house with 3 children and 2 very energetic adults, but it's so much fun.
What's Minnesota like compared to Ohio?
Minnesota's also in the Midwest, but I gotta tell you, we don't have tolls. We only have Minneapolis and St. Paul. You all have 3 big cities. You also get 2 football teams, which I don't think is fair. Like, I'm a big football fan, and I only have 1 team. That's a big difference, and as a huge football fan myself, I'm jealous that you get 2 options to pick from.
How did you end up at General Mills?
So I started out my career working in advertising. I worked on a number of different brands. I even got to work on the Super Bowl when it was in Minnesota, working for the State Tourism Board. So tons of cool experiences. But I needed something with a little more structure once I had my kids. So I ended up at General Mills, which is a company that just values families and work-life balance. And that will all matter to you all someday, I promise.
How many brands does General Mills own?
Too many for me to name, but over 100. So we're a global company. We make everything from Nature Valley bars to Gushers, Fruit by the Foot, fruit roll-ups, Pillsbury, if you like your biscuits or your crescent rolls, Progresso soup. And then internationally, we even make ice cream. So we own Haagen-Dazs globally.
What's your favorite flavor?
Chocolate. I don't want to get fancy with my ice cream. Just keep it classic, but I need something a little more than vanilla.
I like strawberry.
That's a good choice too. I don't like fruit in my desserts, but that's just me.
Have you had the privilege of eating our Mitchell's ice cream?
Yes, I have. When I was at the House 330 opening back in March, they were serving it, and it was amazing. That's the only time I've ever had it, was here right next door to the taco shop, but I can say I've checked that off my bucket list, and it was quite tasty.
Like you said, General Mills owns over 100 brands that you can barely even name. Which one is your favorite?
Okay, we're going to pretend like Old El Paso isn't an option, because I would pick that, of course. But I feel like that's a little too expected here. So I'm going to go with Chex cereal. So here's the thing. We make Chex cereal, and you would think that's kind of boring, right? We make it in these incredible flavors like peanut butter or chocolate or cinnamon. And if you buy multiple boxes and like mix them up together, you can just mix peanut butter and chocolate Chex together, and it's dessert. So like we'll have our tacos on Taco Tuesday, obviously. And then for dessert, I will literally just grab a box of peanut butter Chex and start eating it because it's so tasty.
Yum. You said that if Old El Paso was an option, you would choose it. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite thing about Old El Paso?
Old El Paso takes a little bit of a different take on family, right? We are fun. Tacos bring people to the table. Like, you can't have tacos and not have a good time. So I love that we bring the energy and the togetherness with the mealtime, not just filling people's bellies with food. We really bring the fun as well.
I love food.
It's the best, isn't it?
Exactly. It's so good.
So good.
If you could only have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
And we're going to pretend tacos isn't an option again, right? I would go, I think I'd go with like steak and potatoes. Like, I'm very much a meat eater. And so being able to have just like a really good steak, but I want to switch up my potatoes every night to have different variety, right? So like some nights I want mashed, some nights I want French fries, some nights I want it baked, just so I have some variety, but always a steak in the center of my plate.
If you could choose tacos for the rest of your life, what type of tacos?
Okay, I'm gonna get real specific. So we make these shells that are called hint of lime shells, and they've got like a lime dusting on them. So I want that shell, and then I want probably a shrimp base, because that's the best. That's what I've got in front of me right now, and I'm like salivating over it. And then lots of pico, cilantro, and then creamy salsa verde squeeze sauce, which is, if you haven't had it, you need to run, not walk, to try that sauce. It is incredible.
Why did Old El Paso open a taco shop here at House 330, our hometown?
That is a great question. So I kind of talked about Old El Paso a little bit and how we really stand for bringing families together for fun and connection around the dinner table. And here at House 330, you all have built this beautiful space for members of the community, friends, and family to come together to share connection. So it feels like a really seamless way for the brands to tie together. So here in the taco shop, we've created a space where friends and family of the Akron community can come together, have a fantastic meal, and have those moments of fun and connection around the dinner table.
That's nice. What do you envision this space doing for our community?
I think it's a little bit of what I said in terms of like connection, but I also think it's just a place for people to let loose and have fun, right? There's so much going on in the community when it comes to school and work and kind of the day-to-day routines that I really hope that this space can be somewhere where people can come, let loose, have fun, enjoy tacos, have a Taco Tuesday together, and really have a moment of joy in the day-to-day routine.
When you eat meal or your favorite meals, do you eat with your friends and families?
Yes, always. I am somebody who is very social. And so even if I'm, at home working and it's lunch, I'll call my mom and have her on speakerphone while I'm eating. Like, eating to me is such a moment of connection, and it's not just about the food, it's about the conversation. And it's not very fun to talk to yourself. So like I said, I'll either call someone on the phone or wait until my husband gets home, or of course eat with my kids. That happens almost every single night. But yeah, always with someone.
How important is it for you to have conversations with your family around the table?
Oh gosh, it's incredibly important. I think in this day and age, screens have become such a staple. And don't get me wrong, like I love my Netflix. I love watching my Real Housewives on TV all of the time. But to have that moment where we can sit down and actually talk about our days. My 6-year-old loves to do Rosebud Thorn and have everybody go around, even the 18-month-old, she'll make up a story for her about what's the best part of your day, what are you most excited about in the day to come, and what was the worst part of your day. And it's a really fun way for us to connect every single night and hear about what's going on in each other's lives and have a little bit of fun.
You are an inspiring woman. What steps did you take and what advice do you have for us women?
That is so sweet. Thank you. We women are a force and we can do a lot when we band together.
Woman power.
Woman power. Seriously though, like finding people who can be your ally and who can help lift you up and who can say, yes, Jenisha, she is awesome. And let's like give her inspiration and let's give her that platform to prove herself. Finding those women to help uplift other women is the best support network you're going to ever find. I'm also going to tell you, do not be humble. Do not be afraid to brag about your accomplishments. I think in this society as women, we've all been groomed to just kind of take our wins and hold them close to ourselves. Shout it from the rooftops. Like, you aced that test, you got into that school, own it, because no one's going to own it for you, and you are your biggest advocate. Find that network to help give you the voice, but then use that voice when you can.
What advice do you have for young men like myself?
I would say a lot of the same advice is find your network, right? You are your biggest advocate, like I said, and you are going to be the person to tell the world how wonderful you are, but you need others, no matter what your gender is, to help lift you up. So find those people that are going to be in your corner and say, Aizen is the one who's going to make a difference here. Take a bet on him. And if you've even got that one person singing your praises, you are leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else.
So this is how the lightning round works.
A lightning round?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're all going to say questions to you, and you're going to have to answer them lightningly, rapidly, and fastly. Are you ready?
I think so.
Would you rather be able to talk with the animals or speak for all foreign languages?
Oh my gosh, foreign languages. I mean, think of all the places you can go and all the cultures you can
Exactly.
experience if language wasn't a barrier.
Oh, I love animals too much. I would definitely choose animals.
I mean, that's why I paused. That was really hard to answer fast.
Foreign languages.
Why?
Because, I would like to visit many countries.
Yeah. Well, and hear from people directly out of their mouths what their experiences are, right? Like, I think there's so much power in hearing people's stories directly from them and their lived experience versus having a translator telling you somebody's story on their behalf.
Would you rather make a phone call or send a text message?
Again, this is so hard. I'm going to say text message because that's what I rely on, even though I just told you all that I'll call my mom on speakerphone, but she's really the only person I talk to on the phone.
I would pick phone call.
How come?
Because sometimes I don't like texting or typing, so I just rather talk.
Yeah, it's faster for sure.
I have bad spelling, so I've always got to work on my spelling with typing, so I would choose typing.
Typing because I need to learn how to type, but I can still type fast.
A useful skill for sure.
Yeah. Would you rather go deep sea diving or mountain climbing?
Deep sea diving. It feels easier. Mountain climbing feels like a lot of work, and I'm not trying to downplay deep sea diving being easy, but I feel like I already know how to swim, so I've already got a leg up there. Whereas mountain climbing, I don't know the first thing about that, and I have a severe fear of heights, so I'd rather go down than up.
I would pick mountain climbing.
How come?
Because if you go up a mountain, you can see beautiful views.
What if you fall off?
Protection.
I've seen so many people make one slip, and that rope that hang on to them, they will go and they'll be like, and they will barely touch the ground.
Well, their problem.
Their problem.
I would definitely choose mountain climbing.
Exactly, Alexis.
Because I can't swim, first of all, so.
I would choose deep sea diving.
Okay, it's you and me. We're going together.
Yep.
Sign us up.
Would you rather be stuck in an island alone or be stuck in an island with someone who talks non-stop?
alone. Maybe that's the only situation where I want to be alone. It's like when it comes time to sleep, I need to sleep. And if somebody is yapping all the time, that's not going to happen.
I would pick myself too.
How come?
Because it's good to have spend some time with yourself and not with other people. So it's always good to be alone.
Sure, you can learn a lot about yourself.
I would choose alone.
Alone?
Alone.
Alone. All right. Well, find us 4 islands and we're all going.
Okay. That's all we have today. Jenny, thank you for joining us all that Old El Paso has done for the I Promise School and the Akron community.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun and such a pleasure to be a guest.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Now let's enjoy this delicious meal. That's a wrap.
A burrito wrap.
Last night, I made fish tacos. They just looked at them and they swam away.
That's so funny.
That's really cute. This is fantastic.